All right, let's see. Let me just edit this real quick. Oop. Sorry, I'm editing right now. Hold on. And should be good. Should be good. All right, you guys. I am putting the link. So if you guys are interested in a reading, you guys can purchase during the live event. Okay, let me just move this over here. Okay, so welcome everyone. So we're going to start with the transits for this week, and then we're going to move on to the new moon in Sagittarius meditation and ritual. So I did ask you guys, I don't know if you guys saw my message, but I did ask you guys to get some items from your house, get a candle. It doesn't matter what color it is. It's all about intention here. So if you don't have one yet, I recommend that you go ahead and get it now. So a candle, your favorite crystal or gemstone, whatever. If you don't have any, that's okay. You don't need them. And then, of course, a paper and a pen to write with, because we're going to do a manifestation ritual for the new moon in Sagittarius after I talk to you guys about what's going on with the transits this week, okay? So anyway, let's go ahead and see who is here. Click to show less. Okay, we're gonna wait just a little bit more and then I'll start the transit talk. Let me just get set up now. Let me share my screen. All right. Here we go. Should be popping up in a little bit. This usually takes a while. That's why I wanted to get this set up now, because it's better. It's better to have this up already. Okay, so here we are. This is for today. And this is based on Los Angeles Pacific Standard Time, as a lot of it just makes much more sense, I would say, to have this in this manner or this way for specifically for Pacific Standard Time. Okay, so I'm gonna move this down over here, I think. Let me see, how does this work? Shift this over. That's good. That's good. Okay. Have to see if this looks good on your guys' end too. All right, it does. Okay, awesome. All right, so we're just going to start. If you guys are here watching, say hello, welcome. So here we go. We have the chart for Monday right here. Hi, Brittany. So again, for this ritual, if you guys missed it, what I said, you guys are going to need a candle, a pen and paper to write with, and your favorite gemstone or crystal to use for tonight, okay? So right after the transits, we're going to transition into the ritual, into ceremony. We're going to first do the step-by-step procedures, pretty much telling you how to set up your own little sacred space. And then, of course, I want you guys to, get into or connect with the, creator and the lunar cycle, as well as the Mother Earth, and bring in all of your guides to participate in the ritual, so that you can manifest what you truly desire for this new moon in Sagittarius. So it's a very powerful energy coming in. It does feel extremely like things are just gonna rapidly change for you guys. So just be ready if you intend to having a radical transformation to make your life better, whether it is in relationship with others or even finances, things like that. It does feel like, because of the solar eclipse energy and all of what's going on this week, as an influence to this, it feels like it's definitely going to be rapid transformation. So it may be instantly you'll see something just come in. Okay, so just hold on to that feeling. Okay, so anyway, here we have a chart for today, December 14th. This is based on Pacific Standard Time. So for Monday, around 3:33 a.m., we had Mercury conjoined the mean south node at 19 degrees Sagittarius. So we have right here, you can see it where the section for Sagittarius is. There is the south node symbol, which looks like an upside down little horseshoe, or yeah, it just looks like a horseshoe. That's the south node symbol, if you guys are trying to figure out what the hell that is or where it's at. So it's a far right side of the screen, and the symbol of Sagittarius is the arrow pointing upwards. Okay, so that's all I can say for those who are new to reading charts. Okay, so this is aligning with the conscious mind. This energy is like an alignment of the conscious mind and intellect. And so we also feel like the node of karma, of course, of the past. Okay, so South Node represents our karmic past, anything that we did in past lives, anything that we have to work through this current lifetime from those past lives, from that karma that carried over here. Okay, that's what it usually represents. Okay, so this happened, you probably felt it from yesterday till today. You also have Mercury that is triggering the Neptune nodal T-square, which is exact in January. Okay, and this is a time for like a reality check when it comes to really seeing the truth within ourselves, about other people, and about the world around us. Okay, that's what this energy is bringing forth. So pay attention to any information that you're receiving at this time, possible communications from others, anything that you are receiving. It could even be from higher realms, any of that stuff, from dreams, from meditations, even I would say symbols or symbology that you might receive throughout the day. So it is definitely a revelation of any type of karmic patterns that you might need to focus on. Okay, this is a time to ask yourself what you need to do, or you need to personally focus on, whether it is anything that's important for you to learn about, how to deal with your karmic patterns in this lifetime, and gathering the wisdom from that. Okay, and applying it to, the path that you're choosing to walk. Okay. So we're also seeing this, we're also seeing a need to refocus on yourself, and also how you need to let go of anything that just doesn't resonate, that is not in harmony with you anymore, that it might bring you fear, that might bring you hesitation, or anything that might not bring you happiness. Okay. So whether it is to think about it in the terms of relationship with others, whether it is a karmic relationship that you might be in, and you've done all that you can to try to move forward with this person, but the person themselves isn't budging or doesn't feel like they are progressing, so to speak. Okay. So it kind of has this revelation of maybe this person is not the person that you thought they were, and maybe this person might not be around for a very, like, for the long run, I would say. Okay. So just be ready for that. So then we also have in the chart Venus conjoins Juno at 28 degrees Scorpio here. Okay, so Scorpio is right underneath Sagittarius in the wheel. And Scorpio has like a little M symbol, and it curves upwards, and it's like a little pointy thing at the end. So to me, it looks like, to me, don't be offended, Scorpios, but to me, it reminds me of like a devil's tail. Like those little cartoons with the devil's tail has like a little point at the end of it. Sorry, that's just how I remember things. Okay. Not saying that you guys are the devil, but you guys do represent Hades and Pluto. Okay, that's just how my mind works. That's just how I remember the symbols. Okay, so I'm just throwing that out there. So if you see this, you see Venus. Venus has a symbol of like a little circle and a T, which is a representation of the symbol of women. And so it's at 29 degrees Scorpio. Well, it was at 6:20 a.m. it was at 28 degrees Scorpio, but now it's at 29 degrees. Okay, so on the chart. So anyway, it moved into Scorpio at 6:20 a.m. in the morning. Both Venus and Juno will sextile Jupiter and Saturn throughout the week. And this is going to bring us the energy of expansion, grounding within relationships, partnerships, business relationships, whatever it is, any type of relationship. Okay, that's what it's going to bring us. So since they are both in Scorpio, there can be, again, more information that's going to be revealed to you that might have been hidden from you, or hidden in the shadows, and it's being revealed by the light at this time because of this energy. Okay, we will feel the need to be realistic when it comes to certain situations. We are also going to feel like this energy of wanting to focus on love and money situations. Okay, so this is where we're going to focus the energy of realism. Okay, this is where we're going to really dig deep and really see things for what they really are when it comes to our relationships and romantic or lack thereof, and our finances, and how both of those things can have an influence on how we feel or perceive our lives, at this moment. Okay, whether we're lacking or whether we're abundant in it. Okay, so it's a mindset as well. So both Venus and Juno will transition into Sagittarius this week. So there will be endings of cycles coming in for relationships. And it's really important for us, for this, specifically for this energy, you guys, is to be very clear on what you feel is balanced, is well established, because of a solid foundation, and it's going to bring in a new chapter in these relationships. It's super important if you do wish them to continue on or to actually be successful and long lasting, for you to really look at what needs to be fixed here, what needs more attention. Okay, so moving on. So of course, today we had a total solar eclipse at 23 degrees Sagittarius, and this was exact at like 8:16 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So we're still at 23 degrees right here in the chart. So if you guys didn't witness it, it's because, you know, some parts of the United States couldn't see it. I believe that the best places to watch the complete solar eclipse was in Argentina, for one. So if you're higher up north, you probably couldn't even see it. Okay. So I would say 8 p.m. that would be, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, that would be, let me see, that'll be 11 our time, and noon on the Eastern Standard Time. Okay. So this energy is the beginning of a very powerful solar cycle, you guys. Okay, so this is what is going to end our 2020, this year of chaos. And it's going to kickstart us into 2021. So yes, it might be intense energy at this time, but it's also coming in with more optimism. So I feel like this projected optimism within the actual total solar eclipse is a good thing to carry on with the new year coming up. Okay, so this karmic south node eclipse, which again was in Sagittarius, highlights the old outdated ideologies we are being asked to move away from. So this could be anything from for example, the two-party system. That's a big one, right? We want to get away from that, right? We want to get away from seeing people as idols, instead of actually seeing ourselves as being, you know, as valuable as whoever else we think we're idolizing at this time. Okay, we're trying to break free away from that type of system where we're seeing ourselves in a kind of like a, I would say, I would even call it like a, yes, it's patriarchal, but it's also matriarchal, a combination of both. Okay, any type of system that makes you believe that you are not the best at who you are, or that you have to compete against one another. Any type of system that makes you feel like other people are better than you, things like that are the old outdated systems that we're trying to release from for this coming new year. Okay, so anyway, the eclipse sesquiquadrates Uranus and squares Neptune, and this is bringing some unexpected events here. Okay, so the veils of illusion that have been placed in front of you ever since your birth into this plane of existence are finally falling away. Okay, and then they're revealing the truth. If we are more committed to being right than to, you know, believing in the truth, then we're going to have a really hard time with this energy. We are going to be in for some very rude awakenings coming from the universe. It's going to affect us personally and collectively if we are so unwilling to see the truth, because we are blinded by our want to be right. Okay, so just be mindful of that. Okay, so at 12:58 p.m., Venus in Scorpio sextiles Jupiter and Capricorn. Venus in Scorpio values the depths of intimacy, of transformation, and getting to the bottom of things, or the root of any issue. Okay. So while Jupiter, on the other hand, in Capricorn, values hard work, integrity, personal responsibility, and maturity. So this aspect is, I think this aspect is kind of perfect, especially because you can be it could actually be used for doing some great work, like especially for your career, and you'll see rapid career growth if you're using this energy to focus on your career at this time. And this is also going to benefit your career because you're going to see rapid growth and expansion at the same time. Okay. It is also going to incorporate both in a very beautiful, harmonious, and successful way, where it's not going to be a forceful energy. It's more of like, yes, you asked the universe for this assistance a while back. You probably don't recall, but here it is. It's kind of like surprise. Here's the perfect time for you to make that move. Okay. And that's what this energy brings. So let's see. The thing with this energy, another thing that is very beneficial about it is that it is great for inner work or shadow work as well. I know everybody's like tired of doing shadow work. Everybody's like, let's get a break from this, but it's not like, I would say it's not as intense as Scorpio on its own. Okay. It's going to be a kind of like a more of like doing shadow work in order for you to really figure things out in a way that it's going to help you, incorporate that wisdom and knowledge that you receive from the shadow work that you did prior to this season and to these transits. And so you can see the patterns written right there, and you're going to be able to really incorporate that information and look at different ways of expanding yourself as a soul completely. Okay. Not just looking at it in a linear way, like, oh, if I meditate for this long, then by Tuesday I have this or whatever. No, it's more of like a connection to spirit, to creator. Okay. In that sense, that there's going to be a deeper connection there. All right. So it's important for us to be disciplined and committed to our personal growth here. Okay. And this is going to be an ideal way to bring that expansion in all areas in our lives, not just on our spiritual path, but everything has a ripple effect. So if you start working on yourself first and connecting to a creator and expanding that relationship, then from there it expands and has a ripple effect in every area of your life. Okay. So moving on to the sun in Sagittarius is trines retrograde Eris in Aries. Okay, so Aries is exactly to, I would say, on top to the left, so it's like slight left of the actual right here. I wish I could like write on this, but anyway, so there it is on the top screen to the left. All right, so this happened at 5:13 p.m., which is later on in Pacific Standard Time, because we're still at 4:40 something right now. So then Sun Eris is great for grabbing the reins and taking action. So be willing to see the truth, speak the truth, and uncover the truth here. Okay, it's going to be all about incorporating that fiery energy of transformation and transmutation. Okay, so meaning that we have a need to transform what's going on in our lives, right? But we also have to be willing to cut the bullshit and really see what's happening here, okay? Really see it, don't deny it, really see it for what it is, okay? And then also, because of that Aries influence, we're being told it's time for us to really take action on the things that we need to change. Those conversations that need to be had. The request of even getting more money, whatever it is that is bothering you at this time about your life, it's time for you to make a plan and take action on that, okay? So moving on, we got retrograde Uranus and Taurus sextile Sirius in Pisces at 5:14 p.m. You can't really see this here, but it's going to move there in about an hour. Uranus wants freedom, change, and shift, while Ceres wants to focus on security, safety, nurturing, and nourishment. Okay, so they are in harmonious alignment. So we have support in finding our freedom, and at the same time shifting at home with our family and giving ourselves space and giving our loved ones space. It just feels like there seems to be a power struggle at sometimes in our family dynamics, but because of this energy, we have a really harmonious alignment to do what we need to do to express ourselves, to be independent, and we are in harmony. And then so that has a ripple effect on our family members too. Do what they are supposed to do, be independent and feel safe at home, so that they can express themselves, so they can be who they are. Okay, so moving on. So around 8:23 p.m. tonight, we're going to have Mercury in Sagittarius trine Mars in Aries. So the Mercury Mars is kind of like a really awesome energy, in my opinion, for taking action, for speaking your truth, and for taking a stand for what the truth really is. Okay, so Mercury in Sagittarius is a fiery truth seeker, while Mars in Aries will provide the energy to make things happen, okay, or to take action. Hi, Nina. So this type of energy is super beneficial. I always feel like Mercury in Sagittarius, because I have Mercury in Sagittarius, so I always feel like tapping into this energy more than anything before, especially because that trine in Mars in Aries is propelling me to really be really clarify things for myself as well as for other people when it comes to what the truth is. Especially if there's a lot of confusion, misinformation out there about that, whatever it is. Okay, so but I would say the only thing that you have to really watch out for this energy is to be mindful of too much fire. You know how we are, fire signs. We're all consuming energy. So this might bring some arguments or any type of selfish behavior. So be mindful of that overly fiery fire energy. Okay. So moving on to the sun in Sagittarius, semi-sextile Pluto in Capricorn, and this is going to happen at 8:39 p.m. So for this one, the sun has, I would say, it has triggered the Pluto Aries square today, helping us to see into the shadows, using the energy of Aries as a upheaval tool, I would say, and chaos to bring what's hidden to light. Okay, what needs to be dealt with is going to be revealed so that we can really do the work, which is going to lead us into both inner and outer transformation. Okay, this could be a number of things, but it is personal to you, okay? What you feel isn't working out for you when it comes to your life, possibly your lifestyle, like health, um, relationships with others, finances, things like that. That's what's going to be revealed for you to deal with for this energy, okay? So we're moving on to Tuesday. So here we are, new chart for Tuesday. So at 5 a.m., we're going to have Venus at 29 degrees Scorpio, sextile Saturn at 29 degrees. This is going to be these 29 degrees. I'll just explain it a little bit later, but it's very exciting energy for me in my personal point of view. Okay, so 29 degrees, Saturn and Capricorn, okay? So Venus and Saturn energy is great for getting serious and focused, for committing more deeply into ourselves, our relationships, our partnerships, and our life goals, okay? There seems to be like this huge shift in energy of financial abundance here, as well as it's supportive. This energy is really supportive of this, okay? So take full advantage of it. I also feel like this, with this Scorpio and Capricorn energy, we can also have more commitment to our businesses, our finances, and really see that succeed, okay? With the awareness of the whole slow and steady progression, it just makes things better, okay? Especially because it's gonna help you in the long run for future success as well for your business. So the whole instant gratification, that we might be feeling with the Sagittarius energy because of the season, it's not gonna happen, right? Not gonna happen with finances and business. The slow and steady, meticulous steps that you're taking towards that success is really going to benefit you around Tuesday, around this time, especially if you've been doing this whole time prior to this transit, okay? So anyway, now let's talk about the 29 degrees. So because of both of these bodies are in 29 degrees of their respective signs, there can be some very karmic energies coming in, super potent resolution energies, and completions happening, a completion of a cycle, an ending of a cycle, especially when it comes around or it's surrounded by the energy of love and money situations, okay? So this is very potent energy here, you guys. Be mindful of this. See what needs to be done. Let things go that need to be let go of, and move on with your life, because remember, it almost feels like this cycle of is closing or ending, and as soon as it closes, as soon as you let it go and close that cycle, all of a sudden a new cycle begins of prosperity and abundance in these areas of your life, okay? So if you had any doubts regarding relationships and how you really want to move things forward with someone, or even if you don't know who they are yet, you're telling the universe, okay, you know what, I think I'm ready. So because of that energy of letting go and letting God in, or letting the universe in, then that door closes instantly, but another one opens to manifest this, what you want, okay? And because we still have that Sag energy on Tuesday, then it transitions into Capricorn, the moon energy, it is super potent still, okay? So take advantage of that new moon energy in Sag, and take advantage of what we're going to do tonight to make this happen for you, okay? So moving on, Venus, we have Venus moves out of Scorpio, and moves into Sagittarius at 8:21 a.m. on Tuesday. So Venus in Sagittarius loves and values freedom more than anything. Venus in Sagittarius loves to travel, loves to learn, loves to teach, loves to explore what lies beyond the unknown. And it's a true pioneering spirit. So you're going to have this sense of wanting to learn about a new person, wanting to have these deep, in-depth conversations, wanting to teach your philosophy about life to this new person or whomever it is. You're going to have this sense of wanting to connect, okay, through this energy. So in the coming weeks of Venus journey through Sagittarius, you will feel a need to spread your wings and fly. Just make sure that you don't react without gathering information, meaning like don't fall into that cycle of the grass is always greener on the other side, because it could be an illusion in itself. Okay. If you really want to change your situation, or you really feel like you want to get out of your rut when it comes to relationships in particular because of Venus and money, okay, make sure you have gathered all that it is that you need to know about whomever it is that you're trying to take that leap of faith with, as well as financially, whatever job that you are feeling that you need to go for, okay? Don't fall into that cycle of, oh, Sagittarius, oh, I'm just gonna dive deep head first without thinking things through, and I'll figure things out later. Because you might get stuck in a situation that you might not like, okay? So be careful, all right? All right, so this energy can also be a nice little lesson in really valuing what you have at this time, okay? Really valuing your freedom, your independence, you know, the roof over your head, your the family that you have that supports you and loves you, things like that, okay? The little things in life. So moving on, we got Chiron moving at around 2:17 p.m. We have Chiron stationed direct in Aries. So this is all about really uncovering our biggest wounds here, okay? Anything that would be like surrounding anything when it comes to like rejection, acceptance, self-worth, assertion, anger, self-focus, and the masculine within you or within others, okay? But there is an equal possibility for seeing through with new eyes all of these situations, gaining new insight as well as awareness regarding the past and healing the wounds that have been with us for a very long time. So I'm thinking, like, to me, when this energy, it always feels like inner child work here, okay? If you haven't done inner child work in a while, I highly recommend that you do. And you haven't done it at all, I highly recommend that you do. Okay. So with Chiron and Aries, we are being asked to heal our relationships that's surrounding the energy of the masculine. Okay. And this could be either your relationship with the first masculine that's ever disappointed you in your life. I'll give you an example. For me, was my father. Okay. He was the first masculine that I ever had an interaction with. And he was the first masculine that's ever disappointed me in my life. I didn't forgive him for a very long time. As a child, right away, I never heard anything bad about him, you guys. Like, never. I just knew intuitively who he was, like his soul and what he's done without hearing any stories, or my mom never talked badly about him ever to me or my sister. And so to me, I kind of like intuitively knew that he did something wrong, and I intuitively knew that he hurt my mom and you know, everyone else, of course, by his actions. So I couldn't forgive that, because I couldn't forgive how selfish that was, you know, knowing that he had a family that loved him at home. I felt like we weren't enough for him, that he had to do all this stuff, right? So as a kid, I did not like talking to him. I didn't want to have a relationship with him. Even as a teenager, I was still that stubborn or I couldn't forgive. So finally, as an adult in my, I would say, 30s, that's when I started to be like, okay, I really do need to work with this. Like, I really do need to heal this about my relationship with the masculine, my relationship with my dad, you know. And so I finally took the right steps, the proper steps to doing that, working with my inner child, working within myself, doing the healing work that needed to be done surrounding my dad, and then even reaching out to him, you know, and you know, in his own way, he apologized for everything that he made us go through, and he explained his own, you know, upbringing and why, and I would say situationally speaking, emotionally speaking as well, why it was really hard for him to really give his all to our family and really be supportive of us and things like that, and stop being selfish. Then I looked at his, it's funny because then I looked at his natal chart and I explained it to him, and he has he's a Pisces sun, but he also has a Aries moon, and I believe he's an Aquarius rising. So there's a lot of detachment going on there, you know, because of his upbringing. And I saw that he struggles with his own mind. He struggles with his own emotions. Like he doesn't know how to express himself. He feels things, but he just shuts down, you know. And so I talked to him about that, and he was like, you're absolutely right. Like, and that's how we connected, you know, connecting through astrology as well as connecting through understanding him better. And so that's what the insights that are going to be coming up for anybody who's had problems with their dad, or even a masculine in your relationships, that, you know, any masculine that you've ever, you know, interacted with that, you know, broke your heart or disappointed you. Okay. Even yourself, you know, even seeing yourself as a masculine energy and denying that. And this comes about with when you deny your anger, when you deny or suppress any feelings of anger, you know, as well as anything that might come up that you're stuffing it down, or you're becoming codependent, or you're, you know, you're just in denial of the masculine principle to begin with. Like, I'll give you an example of denial of the masculine principle is when women or men become, you know, overly feminine, or supportive of the feminine movement, and it's not that it's bad. It's more of like, if you go into the extremes where you start to blame men for everything, and start to hate men, no matter who they are, start to label them, start to belittle them, start to, you know, just the extremes of that pattern, right? um, and so that will be something that, if you've gone through something like that, where you start to belittle men because you had some man that broke your heart, then it's time for you to heal that. Okay. I know there's a lot of, culturally speaking, in the United States, it's a acceptable trend, I would say, to belittle men, to say things like that. And the same thing applies to men belittling women by calling them names, and vice versa. So that it's like this extremist point of view. So that's what we're going to be confronted with, is if you have issues like that coming up for you, it's time for you to examine them, and time for you to heal these things, because it's gonna, this Chiron energy, if you allow it, it's gonna help you to deepen your understanding of your soul, as well as get you closer to the truth of it and who you really are. Okay, by healing these wounds, by allowing yourself to heal from these patterns. All right, so moving on, we have Mercury in Sagittarius, sesquiquadrates retrograde Uranus and Taurus. So perfect. So this is going to happen at 3:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, okay, for Tuesday. Mercury and Uranus is kind of like this perfect energy for insight, revealing conversations, and awareness of the bigger picture, okay? But sometimes this aspect tends to intensify or create anxiety, neurosis, instability, and a feeling of you're like floating away, so you're ungrounded. So it's important for you to balance this energy. Okay, it's good to really explore this energy, because of, like, conversations in the mind, exploring the depths of both. But again, don't fall into patterns of anxiety because you're like overly focused on that, or you're like freaking out because you found out something that it just started to create that anxiety within you, not feeling like you have a solid foundation anymore, things like that. So just be mindful, okay, because this is definitely something that's going to be changing your life, especially if you're going to have all these revelations coming in. Okay, so we're moving on to Wednesday. I'm sorry. So here we go. Here's a chart for Wednesday. So at 12:25 p.m., Mercury in Sagittarius trines retrograde Eris in Aries. And this is a day to stay open to information, okay? Communications that are revealing the truth. And this could be applicable to any conversations that you might have with, socially, or even, and to me, I would say the greatest deception that we have ever faced is social media and the media itself, news articles and things like that. They always have an energy of manipulation behind them, of course. But anyway, observe that. Okay, like I usually avoid it if I don't really, if I'm not guided to look at the news, then I'm not going to look at it. But if I am, then I listen to my guides and I do. So, but for Wednesday, if you're guided to look at the news, then go for it. But again, I would always, detach from any outcome. Okay. But this is definitely reveal a revelation of truth. And really, we all know the truth. Like intuitively speaking, all of us know exactly what's happening in the background, even though we don't have proof. We intuitively know what's happening for real. Okay. And that's why we detach easily from what's going on out there. So Eris sees into the shadows and sees what others do not want to see as well. Okay. So that's why I said, like, me and whoever else is watching here who has gone into the shadows and who's done shadow work, who's been on this path for a while, knows this stuff is happening. He knows what's happening in the background, and knows that we need to see the truth for what it really is, not what we are being told or brainwashed to believe. Okay. So channeling energy into our communications, into our minds, can be very revelatory at this time with this energy. It can be very illuminating for a lot of people, especially because there's a lot of people who are just not in alignment yet with their soul. Okay. And us as beings that are here to teach that alignment, we are here to really uplift them, and really, instead of judging them, saying that they're not woke or they're sleeping, we need to really step it up. And if we have a platform to speak, then we need to speak. We need to share our insights. We need to share any channeled communication that is applicable to assist them. It's not about us against them, or oh, we're the woke ones. It's not like that at all. It's all about, if we have a mission and we know what it is in our heart of hearts, then we need to step up our game and really share that side of ourselves and really help people through these dark times. Okay. And that Mercury and Sagittarius retrograde Aries and Aries energy will assist you with that. It'll back you up on that. Okay. So moving on, we have Mercury and Sagittarius, and we have semi-sextile Pluto and Capricorn around 3:35 p.m. for Wednesday. So this is a great energy to do some research, investigate, and really getting to the bottom of things here. Okay, so for this day, Mercury has triggered the Pluto Aries square, bringing things to light in communication and conversation, in the way that we think, and in the media, like I said before. Around 6:31 p.m., we're also going to have Jupiter at the 29th degree in Capricorn sextile Juno at 29 degrees in Scorpio. So again, here we go with the 29 degrees, right? So we have Jupiter and Juno were husband and wife in ancient mythology. They represent the divine masculine and feminine. They represent, yin and yang. They represent the husband and the wife, whatever you want to call it. So this Jupiter-Juno energy is great for growth and expansion and positive shifts in your relationships, okay? And whether you're married, whether you have a romantic partner, whether you're single, maybe someone that you're willing to mingle with, in business and finances and more, okay? So they're both at the karmic 29 degrees. So there is something about a completion here again, ending when it comes to those aspects, as well as that type of cycle in your life. Okay, so if you've been single for a very long time, this is a good example, and you've been on dates and nothing felt right, and you're like really looking for a shift, ending of that nothing feels right cycle and really finding your true partner in life, then this is what this energy is going to bring forth. And just in really focusing on having faith, as well as knowing that the universe is going to bring you the perfect partner in time, is important for this energy to work for you. Okay, so moving on. So we also have an interesting energy here, because Saturn will link with Juno at the first degree of their new signs on Saturday. And there are endings, but also new beginnings. So like I said before, with that one door closes and another one opens right away. Okay, so be ready for that. So observe this as it's really going to affect all of your relationships, your business situations, your finances, and other things in your life. Okay, so see what has value and release what does not. Okay, that's the whole objective of this energy. Okay, so be willing to do that. Moving on, we have Saturn moves into Capricorn. Oh, I'm sorry, moves out of Capricorn. I'm like looking at this like, no, it doesn't. All right, so Saturn moves out of Capricorn and into Aries at 9:04 p.m. So Saturn first moved into, not Aries, Aquarius. Okay, so Saturn first moved into Aquarius back in March. I would say, like, I think it was like around the spring equinox. So Ostara around that time. But then it stationed retrograde and went back into Capricorn, of course, on July 1st. Since then, it has navigated through the last bit of this karmic territory, which is associated with Saturn and Capricorn, the transit that began at like around the end of like 2017. I believe I remember. But the good thing about this is that both Capricorn and Aquarius at some point in time were signs that used to be ruled by Saturn. Okay. Saturn in Aquarius is a call for lessons and mastery around community, our capacity to collaborate and join together with like-minded individuals, as well as make a plan of action for a collaboration for the, to move forward for the greater good of all humanity. So anybody that you want to collaborate, anybody that you want to work with as a group, a soul group, your tribe or whatever, and it's kind of like a means to an end here, where we're focusing on a common goal, but we're coming through that through different points of view. It's okay. Collaborate with whoever you feel you should, because we're trying to build something better here. Okay. We're trying to really work with others to bring about a change that is going to benefit everyone at the end. Okay. So this is definitely all about social connections, about friendships, about realizations of our hopes and dreams here. Okay. Especially when it comes to like the ascension process going into the age of Aquarius, things like that. I would say the worst that this energy can bring about is for those who are still struggling with letting go, those who are still resisting change, those who are still trying to hold on to old outdated paradigm, I would say like a grasp of power and control over others. This is going to be a really hard shift for them. It is definitely going to be revelatory in the way that you're going to see them try, like it's like they're grasping at straws by trying to manipulate your mind through, here I have this good awesome deal that is gonna be like something that you wanted too, but it's not gonna be that way. Like, to me, I feel like everything that we're being fed by the media, by our politicians, by anyone who is in power at this time, is not really completely pure. Okay, there is a combination of manipulation, as well as manipulating us because of our morals, of what we believe in, especially our spiritual selves. We want a better world. We want a better environment. We want, safer locations, to live. We want success. We want abundance for all. But this mindset, this belief that we have, is being manipulated by these politicians so that they can still be in charge of whatever position they're in. Okay, so I don't really trust, and you shouldn't, them 100%. Okay. Because it might feel like it's a good thing, like new technologies, new innovations, new artificial intelligence coming in. Oh, we are going to have, for example, I used to live in England, and every fucking place, and I'm not exaggerating here, had a fucking camera watching you. Okay. This is CCTV. So their excuse was like, we have to have these cameras so when a crime happens, we can know who it was, or it's to prevent crime. Truth be told, that it's more than that. Okay. And people in political positions in government will always take advantage of it. God, for example, Snowden, he revealed that to us, how they were monitoring citizens, and so to me, I feel like anything that has to do with technology, artificial intelligence, and supposedly making things better for us is really going to be shrouded in deception and lies, and so that they can control or still have control over us. Okay. So it's going to do more harm than good. So just be mindful of this. Okay. So now that Saturn is in Aquarius for Wednesday, it will head to conjoin Jupiter on December 21st during Yule or winter solstice, creating the great conjunction. So watch out for that. I did kind of cover last Monday about where you can see this in the sky if you guys are interested in really watching that happen before your eyes. It's going to be on the southwest location in the sky, just a little bit before sunset. I believe you're going to have, if you're in the northern hemisphere, about 2 hours before sunset to see this happening. I would say in the northern states. But if you're lower, like in a little bit in the southern states, it's going to be way before that for you guys. All right. So anyway, moving on to Thursday, so December 17th. So we have right here Neptune in Pisces, semi-squares, Pallas Athene in Aquarius. Okay. And this is going to be at 1:42 p.m. So Neptune in Pisces is very dreaming energy, intuitive and idealistic, while Pallas in Aquarius is intellectual and mentally focused. With the tense nature of this aspect, we can see a struggle between our intuition and our intellect here. So it's going to be like that mind body disconnect, or the mind heart disconnect here. Okay. We're also going to have issues with, whether to trust our feelings or our thoughts. Discernment is the key here. Okay. So discerning intuition from fear, or fantasy from what's real. Okay. Discerning when we might be, avoiding our feelings and relying on our intellect is important to take note of. Okay. It's easy for us to get confused in this energy and think that we know what is going on, but we might not. Okay. So it's time for us to dive deeper to get to the truth of whatever's happening on Thursday. Okay. So moving on to Friday, we have Juno moving out of Scorpio here, and into Sagittarius at like 9:25 a.m. So Juno in Sagittarius values relationships, commitments, partnerships, finances, business partnerships, and it's also like romantically linked. Like there's also some type of link in the romance department here. Okay. This energy provides freedom, space, and opportunity to explore and grow. Okay. So with these relationships, I would say you would benefit from travel as well as learning and growing, and learning more, like exploring together. Okay. Learning more about one another as well as growing together. Okay. just watch out for relationships based on shared biases here, on any self-righteousness or any outdated beliefs that are harmful. Okay. So Juno and Sagittarius can exacerbate the karmic south node here, because Juno will align with the karmic south node in January and February time frame. So don't be overly committed with wanting to be right here. Okay. Meaning, like, if you have a conversation with someone in respects to like your intimate partner or whatnot, don't be so harsh with them. Okay. If they're wrong, but don't be a jackass. All right. Like, don't be too willing to rub it in their face. Also, if truth is revealed and you're unwilling to see the truth, there's going to be that cognitive dissonance that's going to happen to you. And so it's time for you to really let go of your prejudices or your wanting to be right. Okay. So it's important for you to really take note of this energy for Friday. So moving on to Saturday. So for Saturday, around, I would say 2:56 a.m., Saturn in Aquarius sextiles Juno in Sagittarius. Saturn and Juno is great for solidifying, getting more grounded in relationships and seeing the benefits in all forms of relationships, such as like your romantic, business, financial, and more. Okay, so now that both of these bodies are in their new signs, we have a new energy coming in into the relationships. Both Aquarius and Sagittarius are super independent energies. In relationships, I would say that they are partnerships that benefit from freedom, space, expansion, and growth. And they also tend to give each other the room to be who they are. Okay, so this is a very awesome type of energy for Saturday. So Jupiter moves into Capricorn here and into Aquarius, or moves out of, sorry, Jupiter moves out of Capricorn here and into Aquarius at like 5:07 a.m. Jupiter in Aquarius is amazing for innovations, inventions, new things, as well as opening up to a greater understanding of community and collaboration for the greater good. Okay, so Jupiter's journey through this sign is going to be amazing for those who are freedom loving, those who wish for evolution, awakening, and change. Okay. We are supported in moving past our limiting beliefs here. Okay. We are also being told that it is a possible thing for us to really reach for our goals because there's like infinite possibilities with this energy. Okay. With both Jupiter and Saturn, now in Aquarius, we are heading to the Great Conjunction, like I said before, on the 21st, which is Yule or winter solstice. This is a very profound alignment because we have a whole day where the sun god stands still in order for him to rebirth himself and to start a new cycle through the wheel of the year. And so this is a very powerful time for us. Okay. So around 7:22 a.m., we have Venus moving, or Venus in Sagittarius trine direct Chiron in Aries. This is an aspect of transit and it's going to really come about for the energy of a need for, I would say, healing the heart, healing anything that has to do with relationships that's focused on the heart space. Okay, so it's definitely about healing the feminine aspect of yourself, healing anything that has to do with the divine feminine within you, as well as your relationships to the feminine outside of you. Okay, and that's going to be the focus of this Chiron energy. So with both bodies going into these fiery energies, there's going to be a need for others to include yourself. Okay, to find your space and freedom and feel supported of that space and freedom. Okay, so there's going to be a need for that. I feel like that's like me every day. I swear, it's like me. I need my space and freedom. So moving on, we have Ceres in Pisces, semi-square, retrograde Aries at 7:19 p.m. This week, Ceres links with Uranus and Eris. Okay, so this is going to bring a transformative energy here. I feel like it's definitely going to transform your home and family dynamics. And also, it feels like the energy is more about disruptive and chaotic energy because of Eris. So it's going to disrupt things. It's not as things around this energy are going to be disturbed because it's necessary. Okay. It's necessary for change. Okay. Anyway, Ceres in Pisces is compassionate, it's forgiving, and it's super sensitive, while Eris can be like just a jackass. I would say like a bull in a china shop, right? Let's go fuck things up, right? Anyway, having healthy boundaries is really important for this, okay? And being able to say no to others, all right? That's the whole point and goal of this energy, okay? So around 7:56 p.m., we have the sun conjoin Mercury at 28 degrees Sagittarius. And the Sun Mercury can bring insights, important information, and communications that shed light and open our minds, okay? With both of them linking near the galactic center here, we can get information and revelations directly from Creator, okay? So if you've been having this pull towards connecting to your galactic guides, or even working with higher realms, it's because of this energy, okay? Because we're getting really close to the galactic center here, and when the galactic center is in alignment, we feel this pulse of Creator energy within our heart space, and a need for us to connect to Creator energy, to have that open line of communication with Creator, to receive whatever it is that we need to receive, any upgrades, anything like that, and to accept our life's mission and who we are as a soul through that connection, through that relationship with Creator, okay? So it's important for us to pay attention to our dreams. If you don't have a dream journal, I highly recommend that you get one. If you don't like writing, if you don't like to take your time to just sit there and meditate, then that's fine. Use different means of connecting to Creator. You could use singing, drumming, dancing, drawing, doing things with your hands, being creative, right? But really watch your dreams, really watch anything that's giving you information, like your intuition, any vision, insights, any communications from your guides, anything like that. It could happen at any time around this energy, okay? So with both of these energies aligning at the karmic completion degree in the last days of the solar year, there can be some big completion energies coming up and completing things, so we can move into this brand new year of a 20-year Jupiter Saturn cycle. And even rarer 26,000 year cycle is key right now, okay? So it's time to say what needs to be said. It's time to hear what needs to be heard, and it's time for us to it's time for you to open your eyes, your heart, your mind to the truth, okay? And have that connection to Creator, okay? So that's what I have for Saturday. So moving on to Sunday. Hi, Mike. Hi, Alexandria. So we have Neptune and Pisces here. And then we also have Neptune and oppose Vesta in Virgo at like around 11:34 a.m. The Virgo Pisces axis is the axis of the priestess, okay, the high priestess to be exact. With this earthy Virgo energy, the Virgo energy actually represents the chalice. So the chalice of the high priestess, and this isn't a chalice, it's a candle. I'm just giving you an example. And then of course the watery Pisces represents the mystical waters that are revelatory, that connect the high priestess to spirit, or to creator, or to the higher realms, to the spirit realm. So the waters are contained within the sacred grail, okay, or the holy grail. So this can be a very amazing aspect for ritual, for ceremony, and for mystical practice. But Neptune can also make things a little bit confusing and hard to clarify here. So watch out for overly being, I would say, being too, spiriting too hard. Where you might tend to float away from this earth and not come back. Or you might want to not see the truth or face reality here with this energy. Okay, so be mindful of that. The mystical waters without a containment energy, or without a grounding energy, will get you lost. Okay, so be mindful of that. So around, I would say at 3:07 p.m., Mercury enters or moves out of Sagittarius and enters Capricorn. Mercury in Capricorn is a serious energy. It is focused. It is responsible in communication. Okay, so it thinks before it speaks. All right. Like Mercury in Sagittarius. Anyway, so it is rooted and grounded in its perception of the world, of themselves. Okay. Just be aware of the shadow side of Mercury and Capricorn, which is about believing what you can see, touch, and feel, and smell, and taste only. Okay, so with the senses, okay, and not believing in your extrasensory, communications. This can also cause, energies such as becoming pessimistic, cynical, and or depressed. So balance is key for this energy. Okay, so moving on, we have Mercury in Capricorn, semi-sextiles Jupiter in Aquarius at 8:34 p.m. And semi-sextile Saturn in Aquarius at 9:37 p.m. So this is linking the mind and the intellect with the Jupiter and Saturn in their new signs, and bringing an activation of their conjunction that is going to happen on the 21st. So on Yule, there's going to be that great conjunction that's going to happen. Okay, but we're already going to feel that energy on, I would say, late Saturday, early Sunday morning, I would say, until like Monday. So pay attention to things heard, learned, and received in communication and information. New ideas that you're being told about or is being revealed to you through, I would say, your clear cognizance. Any information that can be life-changing, pay attention to that. Okay, so it's important for this energy for balancing the old with the new, the practical with the innovative. Okay, and invention is important for this energy too. Okay, so allow yourself to flow, allow yourself to be a channel of this information, to receive it, not to judge it, but to really explore it and to see how it can definitely benefit you and your future life. Okay, so around 10:11 p.m., Venus in Sagittarius quincunx retrograde Uranus in Taurus. So Venus in Sagittarius values freedom, like I stated before, and space. And so does Uranus. They do not want to be controlled or restricted in any way. Watch out for knee-jerk reactions if you do feel that coming from someone. Any type of impulsive reactions, whether it comes with love or money situations. We want to really embrace the changes that are happening to us and be open-minded, of course, but we need to not shut people out that we might feel that are trying to control us, instead of really seeing that they're trying to help. Okay. So no burning bridges for this energy. Okay. So be mindful of that. So that's all I have for our transit talk, you guys. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. So let me stop that right now and disconnect this so that we can start the ceremony. All right, so like I said before, what you're gonna need is gonna be a candle and your favorite gemstone or crystal and a pen and paper for this, okay? So let me just check something real quick. Oops, that's not the right password. So yeah, so I give you guys time to go get that stuff so we can do this new moon ritual. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. All right, cool. So like I said, a candle, your favorite gemstone or crystal, and a pen and paper, okay? And I'm gonna share my screen so you guys can see what I'm trying to do here, and you guys can get some, like, I would say I'm giving, like, what I'm doing is I'm just sharing what I usually do, something real quick for the ceremony. So for me, what I'm gonna do for you guys is I'm gonna gather some sacred herbs and I'm gonna talk to you guys about them and what their benefits are for this ritual. And so that you guys can kind of find these in probably your kitchen, cabinet, or you guys could go buy them. But yeah, so I'm going to explain exactly what herbs I use for ritual practices and for ceremony, I would say. Where is my, okay. I'm separating them right now. So I'm making a mixture for you guys in particular, okay? Something that is gonna help with this new moon in Sagittarius, okay? So let me move my camera here so that we can see what I'm doing better. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen now. Oh, wait, did I connect? Yeah, connect. Yeah, go ahead. Just take your time. I'm just going to share what the herbs are, and we're not going to do the ceremony until everybody is ready. All right. Oh my God. Where are you? Okay. Here we go. Sorry about that. Okay, I think, let me just, okay. Okay, here we go. So here is my little molcajete where I use to grind up my herbs. All right, so I'm going to show you guys. So the first thing I usually do for any type of manifestation ritual, it really does depend on what you want to bring in. But I usually have a set of herbs that I like to really use. I'm like really, I would say my go-to herbs. So the first thing, especially for those people who want to manifest money or prosperity and abundance, is a bay leaf. Okay, so bay leaf is good for that. What I do is I grab a Sharpie. So a little Sharpie, my little magical Sharpie, and I write a symbol on the bay leaf. Whether it is a money sign, so say you want some dinero, you put a money sign, or whether it is a word, so I put prosperity, right? So así, okay? So whatever it is that makes you feel connected to what you want to manifest, that's what you'll put on the bay leaf, all right? So the bay leaf represents this energy, okay? So we're gonna put it in here. We're gonna grind it up after we put the rest of the other herbs in here, okay? So another herb or spice that I use is canela or cinnamon. This is Mexican canela right here, okay? Mexican cinnamon. You don't have to have Mexican cinnamon. You could have, you know, whatever you have at the store. I like it because it's super soft. Like the fragrance is super soft and it's not very strong, but it breaks up easily. Like it breaks apart easily. Like when I grind it in here, that's why I like it the most. So with the canela, it brings in protection of what you're trying to manifest. It also, you know, brings in luck and abundance too. So if you want to write on the canela, you can as well. Put symbols around it like you're dressing it. So, okay, so if you guys want love, vamos a poner un corazón, or we're going to put a heart for love. You know, if that's what you guys want to manifest here, or even, you know, you could do the symbols of the four corners or the four elements on it. So we have them there, and you put it back in here. So that's that. So then after that, I do have some clove. So clove brings in, again, luck and abundance and love. So these are little cloves. And you could, again, you could buy it anywhere. Baking goods, they're actually used for like baking and even food like caldos and, you know, like stews and things like that. So 2 cloves, actually I have 3 of them. Yeah, here it is. It's hiding. Here we go. So 3, so goes in there. And then I'm going to grind this up together because they have, it's, you know, it has to be ground up. So sorry about that, you guys. And when I grind it up, I usually put the intention of what these represent. So if these represents different energies for you, then say it out loud. Prosperity, abundance, love. Prosperity, abundance, love, you know, things like that. Say it out loud until you're done grinding, okay? So I'm gonna put this over here. So now we're gonna move on to the sacred herbs that I usually use in ceremony. As a shaman, we have very specific herbs that we use. So the first one, more than anything, this is one of the most important things that all shamans, especially Toltec shamans, use is copal or copali. You can have different types. There is Mayan copal, which is a little like black Mayan copal. or copali, and there is also white copal, okay? So it really does depend on where you get it. So this usually gets ground up in the herbs right here. So this represents protection, as well as this is a offering to the gods, okay, to the creator gods, which is the gods that reside over the 4 directions in Toltec shamanism, which is Tezcatlipoca, who is at the northern door. He represents the north. He is the Lord of Karma. He is the Lord of learning our life lessons through struggle. And he has many phases, meaning many naguas who are animal guides that represent his energy. Okay. And then we also have, you know, at the eastern door, we have Quetzalcoatl, who is the feathered serpent, and he represents enlightenment pretty much. He was the god of knowledge, scientific information, as well as he helped us learn about astrology, astronomy, and the cycles of the planet that we live in, and how to harvest corn and things like that. So he's a very important god to the Toltecs. And then we have at the western door Huitzilopochtli. Oh no, wait, not the western door. The southern door, we have Huitzilopochtli, and he is the god of, or the Aztec god of war. And then we have at the western door, Cipetotec, who is the god of seed time and shedding or transformation. Okay, so that's who we give this copal to. Okay, moving on. The other herbs that I use for this are white sage, and white sage is for smudging and for protection, okay? It is for cleansing and purifying your energy, as well to prepare you for ceremony. Then we have cedar, and cedar is used for protection and for releasing of negative energy, okay? We also have sweetgrass, and sweetgrass is bringing in positive energy and bringing in the nature spirits that are positive energy, I would say. Any positive spirits, that's what sweetgrass is for. Then we have, of course, the traditional tobacco. This is Aztec tobacco or mapacho, and this is just to give it to our ancestors, you know, as of like a gift from us to them for all their assistance. So that's what I use for my rituals in manifesting. So this little pot is gonna burn, I would say, until it's done. And this is gonna be, I'm gonna put everybody's intentions, everybody who's watching, all of your guys' intentions into this, and we're gonna manifest what it is that you truly desire for this new moon Sagittarius through this herb mix, okay? So I'm gonna be lighting this herb mix daily until it's gone, until your guys' wishes come true, I would say, which I would give back to the universe, of course, you know, and let them take care of that for you guys, okay? So that's what we're gonna do for that. So for the candle, or for your setup, I would say, what I like to do is I like to have a little pot like this, a little cauldron, where I put this herb mixture in, okay? It's because when you have it in this cauldron, it's covered up more, but you're still getting oxygen in there, and it does seems to have a greater smoke that comes up. And so this is perfect for like ritual cleansing. It's also perfect for, I would say, giving it as an offering to a deity or to whomever you want. But I would always put it in the middle for my altar. So I'm going to show you guys how to do a quick altar here. So this will go in the middle because this is your offering. This is what you want to manifest as well, because what you want to do when you write what you desire on your paper and pen, you're going to fold it up, okay? And you're going to go ahead and put a little bit of your ritual cleansing herbs, hold it up. And this is why I love this so much too, because you could actually put it in here, light it on fire. Of course, do it outside. Do it outside, you guys. Don't do it inside. Do it outside, okay, where it's very well ventilated area away from things, okay? And so you're gonna light it on fire and you're gonna release it to the universe. You're gonna say what you wrote on this paper. You could actually say it out loud as a prayer. I do recommend that you do that as you focus that the fire is consuming the entire paper, and then finally it turns into ash. Then that's when you stop. Okay, so anyway, after you're done with that, you have to bury it at the eastern direction near the front of your house. So say your house is like my house, for example, the east is behind me. So right here is the east, okay? My front door is actually right next to it. So right to the right of my front door is the eastern corner. So it's like this, I would say it's the southeast corner of where I live. Southeast, yeah. So burying it at the southeast corner or the eastern door will be very beneficial for you. Or you could just sprinkle the ashes there if you don't have a location to bury it. So yeah, that's what I recommend. So anyway, we're gonna put that there. And then we're gonna set up an altar. So first, whatever you're being led to work with, I always use the water energy first, because this is my intuition. Okay, so I always set up the water energy. So water represents the west. Okay, if you are not if your altar doesn't face the north, that's perfectly fine. But this is how it's supposed to be. So the north is up here, the south is down here, the east is right to the right, and the west is to the left. Okay, so this shell represents water energy, so we're going to put it on the left. This black moonstone, because we are in a black moon, I would say the new moon represents the new moon's energy, but it also represents earth energy because it is a gemstone. And so it was dug up from the earth. Okay, so I put it here in the north. Then we have, of course, your herb mixture. You could put like an herb mixture, or you could actually put a feather. And this is my eagle feather that was given to me by my Anishinaabe grandmother. You put it right here on the east because this represents the air energy, okay? Feathers represents air, birds, and you could also use an herb mixture, incense, whatever. Just put it right here on the right side. Now I have my candle, and my candle represents the energy of fire. So I put it right here on the south. Okay, so below. So that's how you can set up your altar. Something quick like this is perfectly fine. It doesn't have to be intricate like the one I had behind me. But it can, whatever you feel you're being led to place on your altar is perfectly fine. Okay, but this is how a simple little altar will look for your manifestation ritual. Okay, so moving on, we're gonna go ahead and begin the ritual. Okay, so we're gonna move this over here, just move it a little bit higher because I want you guys to focus on the candle. Okay, so whenever you guys are ready, go ahead and light your candle. Mine is a little wood wick, so it takes a while to light. But again, you can have a tea light candle, you can have this size candle, whatever, it doesn't matter as long as you have a candle. You could have this color. I chose red because we're in Sagittarius season and we're also have a new moon in Sagittarius. So red always represents fire energy, or orange. It could be red or orange that represents fire energy, or even gold. And so that's what represents that in my mind, okay? But you can use whatever color you want, okay, you guys? Doesn't matter. So anyway, you hear the crackling. I love the crackling wick. All right, so I make these candles, you guys. If you guys are interested, you can buy some on my website. All right, so let's go ahead and begin. So we're gonna do a drumming of bringing in the 4 directions. So this is a traditional thing that I do for my own rituals. I use my grandmother drum here and grandfather to bring in the 4 directions. And you could do it standing up or sitting down, whatever. You could face each direction and bring them in, whatever feels good to you. I'm just going to do this here in front of you guys and just say each direction and each deity in English so you guys can understand what I'm saying. All right. We welcome in the energy of the northern door. Tezcatlipoca, keeper of the north, I welcome you now. Please assist us with this ritual. Thank you. Welcome in the energies of the eastern door. Quetzalcoatl, keeper of the eastern door, I welcome you now. Please assist us with this ritual. Thank you. Welcome in the energies of the southern door. Huitzilopochtli, keeper of the southern door, I welcome you now. Please assist us with this ritual. Thank you. Welcome in the energies of the western door. TOLTEC, keeper of the western door, I welcome you now. Please assist us with this ritual. Thank you. We welcome in the energies of the Mother Tonantzin below us. Please assist us with this ritual. Thank you. Welcome in the energy of Creator above us, Ometelt, God, Goddess. Please assist us with this ritual. Thank you. We welcome in the energies of our ancestor guides, our guides of love and light, angelic guides, galactic guides, guides of prosperity, abundance, and love. Please assist us with this ritual. Thank you. Okay, you guys. So I want you to focus your mind on what you asked, what you wrote down, okay? I want you to go ahead and place your right hand, well, actually your right hand over your heart, and then your left hand over that. And I want you to breathe in 3 times deeply and focusing on your heart, focusing on the words, focusing on what you want to manifest, and imagining it that it's going into your heart. So breathe in deeply and exhale slowly. While this idea, this want, this need, this manifestation goes into your heart, You breathe out anything of doubt, anything that needs to be let go. Breathe in deeply one more time. Exhale. Do that one more time. Exhale. Now open your arms wide. Move your head up towards Creator. Receive the energy of Creator coming up through your crown, all the way down into your heart space. Receive the energy of the Mother below you, Earth Mother, coming up through your feet, all the way into your heart space. Allow this energy to completely purify and ground you. Now say out loud what you desire for this new moon manifestation, or even say it in your mind and repeat it 3 times. Now put your right hand on your heart and lift up your left hand upwards towards Creator. Now I want you to pull down the energy of manifestation from Creator and from the earth as well. Connect it into your heart space. And here I want you to feel what it's going to be like when you receive what you desire. Feel that deeply in your heart. Feel the joy. Feel the gratitude. Feel the excitement of what it is that you're manifesting coming through now. All right, now I want you to expand your arm out again, your right hand, and place your left hand over your heart now. And I want you to be in the state of gratitude for which you desire is here now before you. Just imagine that you received what you desired already. And say out loud, I am so grateful and thankful, Creator, Source, God, Goddess, for the gift of, and of course, whatever it is that you want. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for this gift. I am so grateful and thankful for the gift of, and whatever it is that you desire. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for this gift. Feel that energy in your heart. Imagine that before you. I am so grateful and thank you, Creator, for this gift. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. Now, open both arms up to Creator and say, and mote it be, or and so it is, whatever you desire to choose. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, when you are ready, just go outside and burn your paper that you have in your heat safe container and just continue on with the similar steps, or if you desire to do it in a different way, I recommend it, whatever it is that you are being led to intuitively to do, and burn this outside safely until it all turns into ash, and then move to, again, the southeast corner of your home and bury it or put the ashes somewhere on the ground. Okay. As long as it's with the earth, you're fine. Okay. So that's all I have, you guys. I hope this helps. So yeah, that's all. So let's go ahead and stop the share for the share screen. And I'm going to go ahead and pull some cards for us for this week's energy, or for our galactic guidance. Okay, so let's see what we got coming up. Let's see. Just do that real quick. You're welcome, guys. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this quick reading for our week. Let's see what we get, huh? Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's a lot of cards that just popped out. Yay, look at that. Okay, I'm going to share my screen one more time so you guys can see the cards. Let's see. Okay. Hopefully this gets the cards. Okay, so maybe we can do this that way. A little bit down. Okay, here we go. So we have for Monday and Tuesday, you're not alone. So this is kind of like a connection to spirit. This is a connection to creator. It is important for you to meditate or to really feel like you are, having that personal relationship to creator. Maybe meditation doesn't work for you. Like I said before, maybe artistic pursuits will work better, but whatever it is, just allow yourself to flow. Okay. Allow yourself to channel information that's coming in, that's being revealed to you. Because again, if you feel like you are abandoned here on earth, maybe you feel like nobody understands you, or you might feel a little bit weird or like you don't fit in. This is a good time for you to really understand that you aren't alone, that you've always been protected, that you've always had energies and guides around you. Okay, so it's important for you to do this connection work so that you could understand that for yourself. Okay, so for Wednesday and Thursday, we have the Courageous Peony. And this is, again, allowing yourself to be seen, not feeling like, okay, if I'm, for example, if you're shy, if you have this need to really express yourself, but you don't feel comfortable to do that because you might be, again, feeling like you're not worthy, or you're, whatever you have to say isn't important, things like that. It's important for you to empower yourself at this time. It's important for you to heal that. So I feel like this is like that Chiron energy coming in, Chiron and Aries energy coming in. And so this card is telling you, look, let yourself be seen, let yourself be heard, let yourself be understood, and reveal the truth. Okay. Understand that you're protected here by your guides, that they always have your back, and so you're supported on this right here. Okay, so you don't have to hide anymore. You don't have to hide who you really are, what you believe in. It's not medieval Europe where you're persecuted for being a witch. Okay, so it's not like that anymore. You're safe now. Okay. You're not gonna be burned at the stake. You're not gonna be hung. You're not gonna be drowned or whatever the hell they fucking did to. It's not that. It's not the Inquisition anymore. Okay. So you're safe. Okay, you're safe to be your weird self. All right, so here is the other one. This is for the weekend, so for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All paths lead to home. Okay, so again, you might feel like you are a fish out of water here. You might feel like you're very different from others. Like people just don't understand you. Maybe because your intuition is super heightened. Maybe because your intuition reveals so much to you about others that not a lot of people acknowledge your intuition. Let's be honest. Okay, there's just too much programming happening on the daily, from anything from music to news to TV shows. There's just a plethora of programming that's going on that not a lot of people are able to tap into their intuition because they're so I would say distracted from it. Okay, so you on the other hand are not. So it is important for you to understand that you're always, every route you take on the path towards, ascension, towards enlightenment, towards, oneness is going to be perfect for you. Okay, there's not one path to take. There is multiple directions, and they can lead in multiple, ways off the beaten path towards another one, so on and so forth. So whatever it is that your path is, or whatever direction your path is taking you to, trust that it's always going to bring you back home. Okay, trust that home is where your heart is, literally your heart space that is the connection to creator, to home. Okay, and don't forget that you could always use your heart to connect to the higher realms, to your guides, to your intuition, to creator itself. Okay, so that's all I have for you guys for this week's guidance. Hopefully that helps. And thank you guys so much for watching this. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. If you guys want some energy work, make sure you purchase it before the live begins tomorrow. We're going to start at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, which is 8 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Pacific. I do have galactic codes that are available for purchase, as well as energy healing and alignment. If you guys want to tune up, just go ahead and purchase it on my website. You can use the link that I pinned in the comment section to do that. And yeah, so I'll see you guys tomorrow for Aztec astrology and energy healing. Thank you. Love you guys so much. And that's all I have for tonight. Have a wonderful rest of your new moon in Sagittarius. Make sure you do your new moon rituals after we get off and done with this. And I'm going to go ahead and incorporate this incense that I did. And it's going to have all of the energy of whatever it is that you guys want to manifest in it. And I'm going to keep burning it until it's done. Okay. Love you guys. Bye-bye.